This is Simon Mann. Welcome to the Noordelijse Stadion in the north of the Netherlands for FC Groningen against PSV Eindhoven. 2 matches left in the season and still plenty of issues to be decided. PSV going for second place and a Champions League spot next season, but that depends on Ajax dropping points. They're very much in Ajax's hands, and they do need to do themselves a favour this afternoon. As for Groningen and these home supporters, they are still hoping for a Europa League playoff place at the end of the regular Dutch season. They need to finish in the top 9. At the moment they are 10th, 1 point behind Heracles. They have been in decent form of late, likes of Brian Linssen helping them to 2 wins in the last 2 matches. Tom Hiarie, who's on his way at the end of the season, and at right back, and there is Mimou Mahi, who's been in brilliant form up front for them. 6 goals in the last 4 matches, including a late winner in their last match away at Go Ahead Eagles, a game that was played 2 weeks ago. The regular Dutch season paused for a week for the Dutch Cup final last week, and in a way that has helped Groningen in their quest for a possible playoff place, because it was won by Vitesse. They are further up the table, so they have already qualified for Europe. Twente, they are banned from Europe, so that's why the playoff places this season go down to 9th, and with Groningen in 10th place, they still have a chance of making it with a couple of matches left, but 2 tricky games, 2 very tricky games. This one at home today against PSV, who are going for second place if they possibly can. And then their final match of the season, Groningen next week away at Twente. So 2 tough games for them. Twente can't qualify because of their European ban, but they've had nevertheless they have had a decent season. It's an unchanged Groningen lineup today, not surprising. They've been pretty settled in recent weeks. They did make changes after being 4-0 down before their game against PEC Zwolle. They came back to lose the game at 4-3 in the end, but the coach Ernst Faber, former PSV player, made changes after that, and they worked in their next 2 games. 5-1 against PEC Zwolle and 3-2 against Go Ahead Eagles. So unchanged, no surprise there. Well, as for PSV, that man is back today, Luc de Jong. He missed the victory against Ajax, but he's back in the side today, mainly because Bart Ramselaar is unfit. There's been a rejigging of things for PSV today. Bergwijn keeps his place, and Luc de Jong slots in. He's not had a great season, Luc de Jong, and perhaps that's one of the reasons why PSV have not been able to recreate their form of the last 2 seasons. He's been such a regular scorer for them. Jetro Willems is back as well in another change. Willems for Brennet at left back, and de Jong for the injured Ramselaar. So the state of play is that PSV are 3 points behind Ajax. Ajax have got a superior goal difference as well, so that makes it tough for them, even though Ajax's focus to some extent will be on Europa League, but it hasn't hindered them. They've been superb in recent weeks. Not that PSV have had an appalling season, but they just have not been able to keep tags with Feyenoord and Ajax. They've only lost 2 matches this season, both to Feyenoord. They've been hindered by the number of games that they have drawn. It's a pleasant day in the north of the Netherlands, around about 16 degrees, lovely playing conditions for players and watching conditions for spectators as well. Hector Moreno's got his share of goals from the back, got 6 from the back this season, the Mexican. 72 points for PSV this season. They won the league with 84, so they could get up to 78 in a league of fine margins. That has proved costly for them. There's too many drawn matches this season. And those supporters have made the journey north. They've been decent on the road this season. They only lost 1 game, 33 points away, and 39 points at home. These Groningen supporters have not particularly enjoyed what they've seen from their team this season. They finished 7th last time round. They only won 1 of their first 9 matches. They only had 6 points. towards the start of the season. Lost their first 3 games, but they have recovered with 3 wins in their last 4 matches to give themselves a chance of qualifying for that Europa League playoff. Remember, 4 teams play off at the end of the season for 1 Europa League place won by Heracles, the competition last year. Groningen did qualify, but they lost to Heracles at the semi-final stage. Well, there's the table. PSV 3 points behind, as you can see, towards the top. Final could be crowned champions today, so great incentive for Ajax to keep on winning, because they can just keeping hold of their shirt tails, and PSV are trying to do the same to Ajax, but it does look as if it's going to be that 1-2-3, and there's Groningen down in 10th place. Remember, top 9 for a playoff place this season. And Groningen are there and thereabouts with 2 matches left of the season. Neat, compact ground, 23,000 the capacity. They've not had a great record of late, Groningen, against PSV. They've not beaten them in 5 matches. There's Ernst Faber, former PSV player and assistant manager. A chat there with Andres Guardado, the experienced Mexican midfield player. Faber, former centre-back, 175 appearances for PSV, and an assistant manager 2012 to 2015. A lovely day for the final home match of the season. I'll be hoping for more, though, after the end of the regular season. They may well be back here. Well, PSV have to keep on believing. Champions League football looks a distant prospect for them, but victory over Ajax in their last match has kept alive their slim hopes. They need to finish second, and they start the day 3 points behind Ajax, who are kicking off at the same time at home to the bottom club, Go Ahead Eagles. Groningen still have hopes of a Europa League playoff place despite their disappointing season. They are realistic hopes that they really could do with a win today. They have an informed striker in Mimoun Mahi, 16 goals this season, 6 in his last 4 games, and he takes his place up front alongside Brian Linson, the number 11, in what is an unchanged Groningen lineup. Same team as for their previous game against Go Ahead Eagles, a game in which Mahi scored a last-minute winner. He scored twice in the match, and Jesper Drost as well. There is Mahi, bang in form. Our referee today, one of the younger referees in Eredivisie, Dennis Hickler, 31 years of age. Sergio Pat, the captain for Groningen, alongside Luc de Jong, who is restored to the PSV team today in 2 changes. De Jong up front, Ramselaar is injured, and Willems is back in at left back in place of Joshua Brennett, who is on the bench. Pretty familiar PSV lineup nevertheless. And they need to go for it. They need a win. As you can see Groningen's approach today, they might feel that a point is a good result and then take it to the last day of the season. But really, realistically, they need to try to win the game to give themselves a chance. Still possibilities for them on the last day, but 3 points would be a massive bonus for them this afternoon. So we're underway with Groningen in their green and white stripes, and PSV today in their change strip, an all-dark change strip. So red and white stripes for them today. This is Izimat with an early touch, the centre-back. Back to Jeroen Zoon, who when the season finishes may just reflect on his mistake against Feyenoord as being one of the decisive moments in PSV's season. The own goal when he dragged the ball back over his own line. Game final, a 2-1 victory. Nine draws in their season. Chest of De Jong. Proper tries to spray it out to this near side to Bergwijn. This is Jetro Willems. Hector Moreno. Even that long ball over the top for the run of Davy Prupper, who was offside. Very subdued atmosphere inside the North Lisa Stadium. Long from Jeroen Zoet, won by Jason Davidson, and this is Joel van Neef. Groningen born, played at Excelsior last season. Well, Philip Cocu refused to discuss next season in the build-up to this match. Inevitably, at this stage of the season, you look ahead. He's got a contract until 2019. Chest of De Jong. Nicely laid off for Riccardi, who won the game against Ajax with a stunning free kick. Riccardi just thought for a moment about a shot on goal. Just a hint of handball in that from Bergwijn. This is Prupper. Santiago Arias. Prupper back to Izimat. Early PSV possession. Moreno forward for Lecadia. A shove on Juninho Bacuna, and that's a free kick for Groningen. Tom Hiarie sliding one down that inside right channel for Mahi. Mahi inside the penalty over the cross. Well, there was support, but the cross wasn't quite precise enough. But danger not cleared. This is Linson offside. Our first moment of real threat. Nice ball from Hiarie, and he was onside. And nearly for Linson, just on the stretch there, couldn't get on the end of it. Hiarie again, as far as Willems. Lecadia, and Hinkle lays it off. Stroked out by Guardado to Arias. Bergwijn keeps it in. Van Hinkle, on loan from Chelsea. Prupper sees Arias out on the right-hand side. Cutback is cut out by Ruben Jensen, and just as well. PSV making good progress down that right-hand side. Arias is always willing to get forward, overlapping. Prupper. Ball given against Brian Linson. Scored 9 goals this season. Former Heracles man. Guardado with the free kick. Short for Willems. Away by Milicevic. There's Bakuna. Long for Mahi. Got his bearings wrong there, the Bas. Mahi went one way, the ball went the other. Davison wins the header. Here's again the Australian. Van Neef finds Bakuna in midfield, and some space here ahead of the PSV back line. It's Jesper Drost. Well, he thought about the shot and then decided to lay it off. Idrissa might still fall just on the edge of the penalty area. Offside given, and PSV survived. There's a lot of space there in front of their back four. They didn't quite take the right options. Idrissi was battling for it on the ground. You can see two Groningen players coming back from offside positions. Milicevic. There he is again. 23-year-old Bosnian. First season with the club. Proper with the nod back to Moreno. Had been closed down by Jensen. This is Drost. Away by Milicevic. Linson was battling for it, and he was adjudged to have fouled his man. Moreno going down. Aggressive running from Linson, just letting Moreno know he was there. An arm on the shoulder, enough to convince the referee that was a free kick. Long and rather aimless from Sergio Pad, all the way through, from Jeroen Zoet rather, all the way through to his opposite number, Sergio Pad. Long from Milicevic. Mahi trying to cause trouble. And out comes Zoet. Van Neef goes back. Pad tests out the heart of that PSV defence. They've used that tactic quite a lot already, that long ball through the middle. Willems, back to Moreno. That's nicely done by Jeroen Zoet to proper in midfield. Back to Bergwijn. Arias outside him. Bergwijn steps in field. Well, you can see what he was trying to do there, Guardado, but it didn't quite work out. It is very quiet inside the ground, almost as if the crowd is saying on this sunny Sunday afternoon, sit back and impress me. And here they go now. This is Drost. Off from Mahi. Mahi with a shot. Oh, that's a brilliant goal. Well, they found their voices now. He's done it again. 7 in 5 games. for Ernst Faber's team, and PSV behind early on. Well, there's been space in front of their back four, and Groningen able to exploit it. Lots of space here for Drost. No one really picked up Mahi, and that is an erring shot into the corner, and he's in great form, and he showed it there. Fabulous finish. No chance for Jeroen Zoet. And Groningen's Europa League playoff chances are improved. And we'll be keeping an eye on Heracles' result at home to ADO Den Haag today. But first and foremost, they need to take care of their own business, and that was an excellent start for them. So what have PSV got? Prupper tries the cross. Remember, PSV are to qualify for the Champions League. They need to finish second to do that. They need to win the game. The expectation is that Ajax will beat Go-Ahead Eagles today at home. PSV will want to take it to the last day of the season. Foul on Van Hinkel. Free kick to be taken by Guardado. And that's a really good save. Excellent save from Pat. It was Luc de Jong. That's what he was doing last season. We haven't seen so much of that this season. Getting on the head of crosses inside the penalty area. Really good save. So often keepers turn those over when they're straight at them, but he had ground to make away to his left-hand side. Another one for Groningen to defend, which they do well. Mahi with the header away. Well, it's not been a straightforward season for Philip Cocu, looking for a hat-trick of titles. Could argue that almost done as much as they possibly could by the law of averages in the second half of the season, winning 12, drawing 2 and losing 1, and that's not a bad record. But the one defeat came against Feyenoord, so effectively felt more than just 3 points, it felt like 6 points. Just those little moments over the season. Jeroen Zoet's mistake, the late equalisers at ADO and Twente in their recent games, we've seen them drop 4 points. They haven't been that far away from maximum points in the second half of the season. And this man has not had a season like it in his career. First time he started more than 13 games in a season. He's been a regular in this Groningen lineup this season. Back by Diarrié. Sergio Pad has been there ever present in that Groningen goal. Preserved their 1-0 lead, given by Mimoun Mahi's thunderbolt from just outside the penalty area. One by Moreno. This is Locadia, through to Guardado. There it was on for Prupper, but Memisevic was strong. With another ball, or attempted ball up the touchline, but gone out for a throw-in. Space for De Jong, off for Prupper, who lines up the shot. Well, Lecadia held his hands out there in frustration, but it did fall for Prupper just outside the penalty area. Definitely worth a go. This is Drost. Back to Bakuna. Jensen. Handneath, that was neatly done. Working the ball out of trouble. Handneath. Looking for Mahi. Easy Matt plays it off in for a PSV throw-in. Van Hinkel. Back to Lecadia. Lecadia again. Willems goes outside him. Davy Prupper. Arias. Bergwijn. Lecadia. Lecadia with the 1-2. Well, relief for Pat, but that was straight at him because it was well struck. Lecadia with the shot. 2 weeks ago he found the corner against Ajax. Time straight at the keeper. This is Idrissi. Davidson's allowed to go on the left back. He was looking for Mahi. More danger inside that PSV penalty area. Now a chance to break. Van Hinkel. Drost did really well to get back there. Bakuna. He's onside, Van Hinkel. Well, he should have done better. The long ball caught out the Groningen defence. Van Hinkel was onto it. It's a really good run through the middle, splitting the two defenders. That's his first touch. It wasn't an easy one to bring down. Memisevic, who got back and did well, but Van Hinkel will reflect that PSV's best opening of the game. There's the corner out. Made by Mahi again at that near post. In from Prupper. Laid off by Van Hinkel. Groningen had the chance to stride forward. Could well be a first yellow card as Moreno's charging back. There we go, we can't have any complaints with that. Excellent from Memisevic, doing what you want your centre-back to do, bring the ball out from the back. Saw the space, and then cynical from Moreno, tugging him down from behind. "20 minutes gone. Mumu Mahi's goal in the 11th minute separates the sides. Losing out there, Guardado. Davison gets back. On loan from Huddersfield Town. English Championship. there next season. His loan will end. Guardado. Willems to Van Hinkel. There's Guardado. It's a disappointing cross. Linson doing the hunting down. That was clever feet from Zouk. If you've got the confidence to do it, it works out, then that's fine. When it goes wrong, it's so embarrassing. Proper for Arias. Bergwijn. Guardado. Marco van Hinkel. This is Willems. Van Hinkel. Proper. Arias. Lots of green and white stripes behind the ball, making it hard for PSV to penetrate. Izimat. Proper close down. Defended their half well there, Groningen. This is Zouk's quick feet. Listen him drag back with Linson hunting him down. Well, midway through the first half. Both sides need the win. It's Groningen are ahead. 7 in 5 games for Mahi. Nicely done on the chest from Locadia. Out for Bergwijn. Overhit for Bergwijn. Guardado spins away from danger. Made off by Prupper. With the head of Davison for Bergwijn. Hinkel, I think it was meant to go to Arias. It does get there eventually. Arias' ball in. Cut out by Memisevic. Now a chance to break. This is Linson. Brian Linson, he's got 2 to his left-hand side. Well, the first touch there, not quite good enough. They're appealing for handball, though. Mahi appealing for handball. It was Mahi and Idrissi who were breaking to Linson's left. And this was another very good opportunity for Groningen. Linson's ball finally went left to Mahi. First touch, though, not good enough. Well, it might have clipped the hand, but he was on the fall. He knew absolutely nothing about it. Davison with the throw in eventually. No real urgency. For Linson. That's a corner off Prupper. Krupa, who's been stalwart in that midfield for PSV this season. Played 31 games, got that 32 today, but he's only missed one. And here's another opportunity. Milicevic goes for it at the near post. Guardado with the tidy up there. Long looking for the run of De Jong. Away by Mahi, who charged back. And he's been the man so far of the first half. Pace and power up front, and that goal in the 11th minute for Ernst Faber's team. Moreno, Ricardia, Willems' ball in. He just couldn't get the power on that. Van Hinkel, the angle just wasn't quite right. Two going for the same ball there. Benson and Milicevic. Pat couldn't take a chance though. He wouldn't fall inside the penalty area for him. This is De Jong. Moreno's cross in. Hinkel there, ambitious volley. Still not cleared the danger. De Jong battling for it. Guardado. Comfortable for Pat in the end. Pat cleared that ball out because of the injury. A break in play. Some desperate defending here. It's Van Neef who's down. Got the full force there of Luc de Jong's attempted shot. A painful one. Well, Luc de Jong, 8 goals this season. 20 and 26 in his last 2 seasons for PSV. One of the reasons why PSV are not challenging for the title today. Hoping, there's a desperate and slim hope for a Champions League place, a runners-up spot. Just fallen that bit short this season. And the leading scorer, Pereiro, only has 10 goals. He is on the bench today. The only team in the top half of Eredivisie without a player to have scored more than 10 goals this season. Defensively, they've been solid enough. As if Etienne Reinen was warming up, just waiting to see whether Van Neef is okay to continue. He's back with us for now. Milicevic finally sorts out the head tennis with a no-nonsense clearance. Milicevic again clears. Willems with the throw-in. This is Arias. It's won by Davidson. Jensen with a toe forward, he's just caught. Caught by Prupper. Another Groningen player down injured. What's Hitler going to do here? Looks like just a talking to. Well, the ball was there, and he was just a bit late. Well, Van Niefer's back with us, but it looks as if he is not going to be able to continue. Etienne Reinen set to replace him. Van Niefer plays off Reinen. Reinen started 22 games this season, but lost his place after that disappointing defensive performance that I was talking about. 4-0 down. So it is a like-for-like replacement. And signed from Cambour in 2015. Away by Arias. Chest of De Jong. Van Hinkel. Trying to taken quickly by Linson. Asking a bit too much of Mahi. Wow, the quickness of thought there from Linson. Taking advantage of the fact that Guardado was off the pitch. And by De Jong. Lacadia. Bergwijn. For Arias. Bergwijn again, Lacadia. You can see what was on his mind there, but can't get the pass right. Davidson slides it forward. This is Adrissi. Well, we've got men back now again. Appeals for handball, but he was so close. But here's Linson, straight at Zoot. Well, it ricocheted nicely for Linson. Great chance to make it 2-0. And PSV's defence, which has been pretty solid this season, is rocking. De Jong brings it forward, though. Again, for the moment, very stretched. Guardado over the top, offside. Offside against Davy Prupper. And Linson lurking on this near side. The ricochet fell to him. And Zoot did really well to come out and block that, narrow the angle. On by Linson. Drost. Cut out by Prupper. There's Willems. Pulled off nicely by Van Hinkel. For Lacadia. Straight to Davidson though. This is Adrissi. Buffeted by Guardado. looking for options, finds one in Van Ginkel. Last 10 minutes of the first half. Willems. Van Ginkel goes to the 1-2, trying to get the ball away. The shot just couldn't work it onto left or right foot. One by Moreno. Proper just tugged there, surely, by Linson. Well, the crowd annoyed because clearly Proper tugged Linson, but only after Linson had pulled back Proper. There we go, just the tug on the arm there. Moreno to Willems. Foul on Dross by Willems. What's been a frustrating first half so far for the defending champions, the deposed champions. Koku talking in the lead up to the game about the importance of winning the last two matches. As much for the supporters as anything, because if they do win the last two, they do keep their hopes of a second place finish alive. De Jong. Bergwijn has to chase back the layoff. Guardado. Izzy Matt. Comes in for De Jong, the layoff for Van Ginkel. Marie got there and slipped, but was fouled. According to the referee, foul by Van Ginkel. Just a suggestion that Drost might be struggling. Run by Moreno. Cardia foul this time by Bakuna. Bergwijn just overhit for him. Proper battling for it. Guardado. Bergwijn. Nicely brought down. Arias. Proper. Clever move. Across the face of goal. De Jong trying to get on the end of it. Well, that was really neat build-up play by PSV. It worked it well. Beautiful football on the edge of the penalty area. No one there for Arias' cutback. Hintz does really well to keep that in, but it's only as far as Willems. A bit of frustration in the crowd. Vincent being pulled up for a foul. He got some of the ball, but some of the man as well. Space here for Van Ginkel to work with, although looking ahead of him, plenty of green and white striped shirts. We've seen that ball plenty of times in the first half. Nearly found a way through a moment or two ago. This is Arias. Proper with the layoff. Cardi had switched that right-hand side. And the chance of the cross, away by Jensen, only partially away. Chance of the cross to come in again. Memisevic away this time. Back they come again. Attack against defence at the moment. And Vincent's worked really hard to close down the centre-backs. Van Hinkel drops deep this time. Looking for Bergwijn, who switched to this left-hand side. Licardio's gone to the right for now. Licardio's ball is to no man's land. This is Licardia. Moreno. Maybe some jumping on that far side, one by Memisevic. As far as Proper though. Possession, but forced back again. Izimat. Licardi has gone down, clutching his back. Another break in play. Mimou Mahi's goal in the 11th minute separates the sides. This was the incident, just jumping in slightly to Memisevic there. Ricardo has had his injury problems this season. He's only started 9 matches in all. He's a very solid unit, Samir Memisevic. Could be that PSV are going to have to make a change. Already without Ramselaar. And that is a blow for them. It looks as if Licardia is going to come off. Yeah, you can see the signal there from Marco van Hinkel. It was a strange one. It's going to be Lammers who's going to come on, Sam Lammers. Coming on for his 4th substitute appearance. 19-year-old. Been a goal scorer for the second team in the Eredivisie. He's yet to start a match. It's difficult to diagnose from here what's wrong with Licardi. It might just be a rib injury. Did feel the force of that jump from Memisevic. Obviously no blame attached to the Groningen central defender. So Licardi off and Lammers is on. That's a sad sight for PSV supporters who've not seen enough of Jürgen Licardia this season. 3 added minutes at the end of the first half. Guardado. Willems for Proper. Linson with the foul. There's been a few of those in the first half. Mainly through enthusiasm rather than anything malicious. It's got there a fraction late. Bernardo's free kick. The big men are up. Jensen away. Is there the outball for the breakaway? No, possession lost. This is Lammers' first touch off the chest of Bakuna. In the air from Milicevic. And now there's some space for Jason Davidson, the Australian left-back. Forward for Mahi. Well, it needed that intervention. Mahi was lurking there. Behind Guardado, who's on the stretch. And behind, or off from Bergwijn. Well, it needed that stretch, that intervention from Guardado, otherwise Mahi possibly was in for the second. Ball for Hararie to the edge of the penalty area. Breaks nicely for Izimat. Clearance to the straights, not prepared to take a risk just before half-time. Linsoning, Mahi have been a handful up there for the PSV back line. Davison in for Mahi. Idrissi. Davison forced back. Jensen even further back. Last minute of stoppage time at the end of the first half. One last chance possibly at the end of the half. The head of Davison might break for Lammers. He won't come down, won't sit down inside that penalty area. You can hear the relief around this stadium as that's lashed downfield. This is Lammers. De Jong, he's offside. And with that, probably goes PSV's last chance of this first half. You can see he's clearly offside, just needed to hold that run. They were right open at the back there at Groningen. And there is the half-time whistle. Late yellow card for Tom Hiarie. But Mimou Mahi's goal, his excellent goal, separates the sides. What's been a frustrating season for Philip Cocu. Mahi, though, in great form at the end of the season. 7 goals now in 4.5 matches. And Groningen are 1-0 to the good at half-time. And they have caused problems for that PSV defence in the first half. PSV have had lots of possession. And Sergio Pat had to make an excellent save from a Luc de Jong header. But PSV were perhaps feeling that first half. They did not create enough to threaten the home side, who are on course for what could be an important victory in their hunt for a place in the end-of-season Europa League playoffs. So Mahi's goal at half-time, the crucial one, 1-0 to Groningen. Join us for the highlights in a moment.
challenges to bring you back.
Welcome back. The home side Groningen 1-0 up at half-time against PSV Eindhoven in the Noord-Lisse Stadium. Sun-drenched stadium this afternoon, and the supporters have enjoyed what they've seen in the first half. Plenty of PSV possession, 69% to 31%. Groningen have been dangerous and caused problems for Philip Koku's side. This was the only goal of the game. Drost for Mahi. And that is a brilliant effort from Mimoun Mahi, who's been in such good form the season in general, but specifically in the last few weeks. Nice ball by Drost, but an even better finish from Mahi. No chance for Jeroen Zoet in the PSV goal. 17th of the season. Never had a season like it. PSV tried to respond. De Jong got on the head of this, and that was an excellent save from Sergio Pat away to his left-hand side. Probably the closest that PSV have come in the first half. It wasn't at him. He had work to do. Pat away to his left-hand side. Good delivery from Guardado. De Jong in search of his 9th goal. It's been a relatively barren season for him. And then Proper from outside the penalty area. One drifting wide. And Lacadia not finding the corner as he did against Ajax a couple of weeks ago, straight at Pat. And that's the way of it at half-time. Mahi's excellent strike separates the sides, and Groningen lead by a goal to nil. Join us shortly for the second half. So Welcome back. Supporters enjoying the sunshine and enjoying their team's first half performance. Plenty of possession for PSV Eindhoven, but Groningen 1-0 up at the break thanks to Mimou Mahi's goal in the 11th minute. His 17th goal of the season, and plenty for PSV to ponder at half-time. A game they have to win. There's going to be a change at the start of the second half for Groningen with Jesper Drost. We pointed him out that he was struggling towards the end of the first half with injury, and Simon Tibling is about to come on at half-time, the 22-year-old Swede. So that would be 3 enforced changes after only 45 minutes of the game. That's Faber enjoying a rematch with his former club there. You just saw him in the picture. The Groningen coach heading out for the second half. They've not beaten PSV in the last 5 league meetings, but the opportunity is there for them this afternoon. So Jorrit Hendricks is also coming on for PSV in place of Jetro Willems, which isn't quite a like-for-like change. It'll be interesting to see how PSV reorganise. Hendricks midfield player, Willems left back, and there's the other change. So 4 changes already. Tibling coming on for Drost, and Willems off, and Jorrit Hendricks in action. PSV gets underway in the second half with a lot of work to do. A goal down. Very slim hopes of that second place finish, but they do need to win and then wait for other results, wait for Ajax's result, so they can take it to the last day of the season. And here's Proper. Back for Pad, who had a solid first half. Groningen goal. Lammers with the foul, one of our 4 substitutes so far, the number 15, the 19-year-old. Taking down Juninho Bacuna. Jorrit Hendricks has been struggling with an ankle injury this season. He's only been involved in 17 of PSV's games, so just over half. And, most of those, the majority, have been from the bench. Linssen, just kept in by Jeroen Zoet. Linssen's been buzzing around all afternoon, making it difficult for Moreno and Izimat in the heart of that PSV defence. Hendricks, his first touch there. Van Hinkel. Back to Moreno. This is Bergwijn. And Hendricks. Bergwijn out to Van Hinkel. Van Hinkel's cross. Well, eludes Lammers, coming in at the back post. Up against Tom Hiharie. Just overhit. There is Jorrit Hendricks, half-time substitute for PSV. This is Proper. Arias. Just ducking out of the challenge there, just sensing the challenge coming in. Davidson. Back to Memisevic. chest of Linson. Swept up by Guardado, out to Hendricks. There's a strong ball forward, but Lammers got some control over it. And wins the throw-in off Etienne Reinen, who's playing right centre-back. Memisevich has gone to left centre-back. With Van Neef, the left centre-back, coming off before half-time. Tibbling was another one of those, along with Reinen, who was dropped after the 4-3 defeat at ADO Den Haag when they were 4-0 down. Hendricks drives the ball in, Lammers on the turn, pushed away by Pat, it's still there, Bergwijn over. Well, Lammers has had an effect on the game already. He nearly had a very big effect on it here. Good control and turn, and not the shot away. Too close to Sergio Pad. Reinen back to his goalkeeper. Run by Guardado. This is Bakuna, bursting past two. Guardado stops the danger. And gives it away. Tibbling was onto it. This is Mahi. Linson and Idrissi inside the penalty area. Mahi's cross, cut out by Izimat. Mahi again. Harrier. Nicely worked. Cut out by Moreno. Simon Tibbling had to sit on the bench for the last 2.5 games. There's a chance at half-time today. Injury to Jesper Drost. And in particular there from Guardado. Experienced Mexican, 30 years of age. So influential in their title win last season. Tibbling bursting onto it. Cuts it back for Linson. Just overcomplicated it on the edge of the penalty area, but still in possession. Sama Idrissi. And from Mahi. To work the shooting opportunity. Tibbling with the sliding challenge. Out for a Groningen throw-in. Davison wants to take it quickly. Where are the options? Oh, that was a slack back pass. Bergwijn is onto it. De Jong is outside him. Oh, just over. Hit Memisevich slips over though. De Jong is onto it. Bergwijn. Switched out by Prupper to that far side. And that's disappointing for Guardado. Arias wins it. Forward for Bergwijn. Van Hinkel. He did well initially and then gave it away. And gave away the free kick as well. That's Farmer having a word with Brian Linson. Farmer, the former PSV man, PSV player and assistant coach. On by Izimat. one note of caution, and Groningen supporters will barely need me to remind you of the stat. As Izimat looks to clear that level feet. Zoop finally away. Groningen have dropped more points after leading in the Eredivisie home games this season than any other side. They've got 15 points from a winning position. Well, they've led since the 11th minute. Forward by Jensen. Back to Idrissi from Mahi, or that was where it was supposed to go. PSV now roll forward in the shape of Marco van Hinkel. Plenty of space for him. Proper on the edge of the penalty area. Needed the block. Guardado. Jorrit Hendricks. Bergwijn. Bergwijn's cross. What a chance for De Jong. He can barely believe he's missed it. And nor can he. Well, delightful ball in. And he got behind Memisevic, and he really should have scored. Best chance of the game. One of those you just expect Luc de Jong to bury into the corner. Well, he can do all your planning and preparation as a coach, but if your main striker misses them like that, there's nothing you can do about it. Moreno. Across inside the penalty area again, this time dealt with. Oh, hits the back of Tibbling. Hiharie, and this is Tibbling. He's got space, plenty of it, in front of that PSV back four. Well, that looked like handball, spotted on the far side by the assistant referee, Mahi. He shows his frustration, but not clear. Bergwijn. Well, that's one big asset that he does have, is his pace. Sometimes there's not quite the end product. Tibbling. Well, it's a long ball forward that got the crowd going, but too far ahead of Linson. Guardado for Hendricks. Again it's long, and again they're battling. It's Linson. And Linson is offside. Well, Pad makes sure. Zoop rather makes sure, but possibilities there for Groningen. Didn't quite work it. Well, scores from elsewhere, causing a reaction inside this stadium. Ajax well ahead in their game, which is bad news for PSV. And final game for the title today. Not going quite so well for them. Well, yellow card for Jensen with a foul on Guardado. And he says he got the ball, but the referee will say he was slightly out of control with the lunge. So Ruben Jensen has shown a yellow card, a man who's been a regular in this Groningen lineup since signing from Kaiserslautern. 28-year-old Norwegian. Started 32 of their 33 matches. Proper with the free kick. moving towards the hour mark. PSV needs something here, but that's comfortable for Sergio Pad. That's cleverly done. Back for Davidson. Bakuna, no foul. Home crowd don't like that. Gradado for De Jong. Lots of space here. It's 3 against 2. Bergwijn. De Jong. Lammers is free. Lammers! Equaliser. Sam Lammers. What a big moment for him. Brought on as a substitute. He scored in the second team, and now he's scored in the first team. And PSV are level. The Groningen players are complaining about the lack of a free kick there. And within a few seconds, the ball's in the net at the other end. There's so much space here, 3 against 2. Eventually they worked it. De Jong and Pat's push out, and Lammers with the headed equaliser. A moment that he will remember for a very long time. Now, what have Groningen got? Here's the rampaging Mahi. Davidson. Mahi. He wants that shooting opportunity, but he was shepherded away. Yarie. Linson. Well, optimistic there for the right back on the charge. This catches Zouk. I don't think there was a great deal in that. Just his momentum. The home supporters were saying Zouk went into Yarie, but the goalkeeper was suggesting he was fouled. Those sorts of circumstances when he goes one way. Half won by Reinen. Bakuna back to Reinen. Now Pad. At the top of Hendricks' head. Mahi looking for Linson. Izzy Match should tidy that up. Does it very calmly and coolly. Gradado goes long. Should be Davidson's. Rissi. As far as Gradado set up the goal with that through ball. Hendricks looking for De Jong. Chest of De Jong and the head of De Jong. Dealt with by Reiner. Lammers did well. This is Arias. Sam Lammers, the goal scorer for PSV. Arias. Hendricks, ball forward. Or Prupper. No way through there. Laid forward by Prupper. Run of Van Hinkel. Away by Reinen. Starting to open up this Groningen defence now. With the throw, away by Davison, as far as Linson. That's a risky ball, but it's worked out okay for Groningen. A chance for the break. Mahi on the charge. Hendricks covering it. And Moreno's there as well. Idrissi wants it on this near side. 2 arms up in the air. Linson. Finally it comes to Idrissi. That's a very optimistic ball for Davidson. He saw the run. Just felt obliged to play it. path just not precise enough. And there was the moment in the lead-up to the PSV equaliser. The referee deciding it wasn't a foul. And then Lammers finishing it off. Bakuna had a word with the referee. Well, some would have given it. De Jong with the head down, but as far as Davidson. Well, a draw, no good for PSV. They have to win this game. They might feel a draw is not a bad outcome. It depends on results elsewhere, though. It depends on how Heracles are getting on today. How they finish up. Prupper. Still a huge long shot for PSV with Ajax ahead in their match. And the goal difference such as it is. Prupper. Still Prupper. Can he get the shot away? He can't, but Bergwijn can. Lammers is there again. And it's away by Davison for a corner. It looked like a significant blow for PSV when Locadia went off, but Lammers has had a big impact on this game. He's lurking there, looking for a second. "20 minutes played in the second half. Corner to PSV. Guardado to take it. Helped on its way by Bakuna, but only as far as Bergwijn. PSV swarming around that Groningen penalty area. Guardado with the cross. Inevitably looking for De Jong. Dealt with this time only as far as Hendricks. Prupper. And by De Jong. Bergwijn couldn't control it. Away by Davison. Up to Mahi. Idrissi. Really good ball. And Tiblin goes down. The referee saying the ball was played by Arias. Indeed it was. This is Van Hinkel. Guardado. Lammers. Lammers, dangerous ball in, just over De Jong's head. Sergio Pat just taking his time here. As, Alexander Surlet prepares to come on for Groningen. The Norwegian striker. And this Osama Idrissi who is going off. That's the final change for the home side. He's really got into the game today. Surlet, who had his height, physical presence up there for Groningen. They've been a bit vulnerable this afternoon, PSV. Away by Zoot. On by Reinen, Bakuna. Davison. Cut out there by Lammers. Jensen's ball forward. Inevitably Guardado is there, and that's a good ball as well to Hendricks. Hendricks up against Hiarii. Well, the referee has spotted a foul inside the penalty area. The ball did deflect off here, RDI, for what looks as if it was going to be a corner. There was a push by De Jong on Reinen inside the penalty area, according to the referee. Although Reinen did go down very easily. Looking for Surlot, who leaves us out to Izimat. Hendricks can't keep it in. Lammers. Surlot. Lammers does well to get back. Hendricks. Guardado. And the news for Groningen supporters is that Heracles are leading ADO Den Haag by 2-0, which is bad news for them. Bad news for Groningen's chances of finishing in the top 9. They can still catch Heerenveen as Lammers gets in behind their defence. His first touch is not perfect, it needed to be. Here comes Arias. Good news for Groningen supporters on as far as Heerenveen's scoreline is concerned is that Heerenveen are losing 2-0 away to Pek Zwolle. So a draw is not the end of things for Groningen today. But clearly they would like the victory. It would give them such a much better chance of finishing in that top 9. 1-1, last 20 minutes, corner to PSV, who've been asking most of the questions in the second half. Got the equaliser through Sam Lammers. Five substitutes we've seen already. And by De Jong, and surely a push there by Van Hinkel. Collected in any case by Pad. Vincent. With the throw to Bakuna. Davidson has to track back, can't keep it in. Bergwijn. Guardado rather. As far as Davidson. Guardado again. Kept in by Van Hinkel. From Davidson, legal one according to the referee. PSV play on with a player down. Hendricks, Guardado, and for Prupper. Van Hinkel back up on his feet with the cross. De Jong battles for it. Away by Jensen, thrashed clear by Davidson. Jensen again battling, numbers unequal there. Guardado out to Hendricks. it, Hendricks. Space for Santiago Arias. And he wins the corner. Crowd in that corner of the ground thought he came off Arias last, just flicked off him. This will tell us. Well, might well have done. Just flicked off his shin. Corner it is, though. That's a good save again, but Lammers with the follow-up. He's got another one. No, the referee's disallowed it. Well, Lammers thought he got his second goal of the game, and there was a foul on Bacuna. Well, how about that? Bacuna thought he was fouled for the first goal. PSV thought they got a second, and this time the foul was given. Infringement against Bacuna down on the ground. Well, let's have another look. Initially it was an excellent tip against the bar, it needed it as well. And then Lammers turning it in. And where was the foul here? Well, didn't look to be a great deal there. Unless the referee has given it for foot up against Sam Lammers. Bacuna was very much second in that race. He was nowhere near the ball. Let's have another look. Well, unless it was foot up, it's hard to see what the foul was for inside the 6-yard box there. Well, that looks like a tough one for Philip Koku's side. Well, we were saying earlier that some referees would have given the foul on Bacuna and the build up to the first goal. I think some referees wouldn't have given a foul inside the 6-yard box there for what PSV hoped would be their second. And again, Lammers looking to have an impact. 15 minutes to settle this game one way or the other. Really quick feet there from Hendricks, but eventually loses out to Jensen. Tibbling slides it forward to Linson. Surlop is making the run forward. Too strong for him. Rodado to Bergwijn. Among the Groningen substitutes today. We won't see him. 3 substitutes already used. Tibbling, Surlop and Reinen. Linson. Mahi is lurking on the left-hand side, taking over that position from Idrissi, with Surlop going central since the substitution. Number Savic to Davidson. It was off Davidson, and Van Hinkel wants to take it quickly. So Jesper Drost, the injured players today. Went off at half-time. Bergwijn measures the cross. There's Lammers again. A very presentable opportunity. Too much on it. Davison, yeah, he knows that was a good chance. another chance to play one inside that Groningen penalty area. Guardado and Proper, the usual suspects, preparing to take it. This time it is Proper. That's comfortable for pad. Moreno up there. No power in the header, just taking a deflection as well. On by Sørloth, and as far as Izzy, Matt. Crowd howling, Vincent on the ground. Referee having none of it. Bergwijn to Hendricks. Given PSV just a bit more on that left-hand side in this second half. And far further forward than Willems was. Makuna. Offside against Vincent. Guardado, Hendricks, Steven Bergwijn, Bergwijn, and again he's there, scrambled away by Davidson. Bergwijn so close to his third goal of the season. Lammers just using his strength to get it back to him, even though he's on the ground. Well, they've been dangerous in this second half. Threatening a winner yet. Lammers is in there, but handball given. PSV preparing their final change. Their leading scorer, Gaston Pereiro, is preparing to come on. He's scored 10 goals this season. Save it, taking a chance. Sørloth with a flick on from Mahi. Direct running from Mahi. Sørloth outside him. He's shepherded away from that penalty area. And really well robbed by Guardado. He's been really influential in this second half. That's a good ball as well to Bergwijn. Tibbling the substitute, tracking back to help Miardii. From Lammers to Hendricks, sprayed out nicely to Guardado. Guardado in on his left foot. Just the 2 goals so far this season for Guardado. He's not been a regular scorer from midfield in previous seasons either. So Pereiro is coming on. And Bergwijn is coming off. 21-year-old Uruguayan. In place of the 19-year-old Bergwijn, who made his full debut this season. Breakthrough season for Steven Bergwijn. Mainly used as a substitute. Sørloth with a knockdown for Tibbling. Moreno. Here they come again. PSV possession in the first half. The second half they turned that possession into chances, but they just can't find a second goal, not as yet. With, 7 minutes left. There's De Jong at the near post, and that's behind for a corner off Reinen. Ricochet inside that penalty area. That to me as if it came off De Jong last. De Jong onto Reinen, Reinen onto De Jong behind for what should have been a goal kick. And that's not far away. It's been typical of PSV's second half, really. De Jong on the end of it. He missed a great chance earlier, and so close there. Arias forward. Taken down by Jensen. Bakuna. Davidson. And Tibbling fouled by Guardado. It's shaping up to be another frustrating afternoon for PSV against Groningen. It happened earlier in the season. When you look back on their season and look at moments in which the title slipped away, the home game with Groningen was one of them. They played a long time against 10 Groningen men, and they missed a penalty as well in a 0-0 draw. And is there a winner in it for the home side here? Well, Zult in no man's land. Krupa calmly brings it away. Deflected off Mevicevic though. Probably gets away with it. So does Zult as well. Grasping at thin air here. So lucky that didn't fall for Reinen at the back post. 5 minutes left. Hendricks full of energy. Bursting into that penalty area, De Jong! Again, good save by Pack. Offside though. Flag up. Straightforward decision for the assistant referee on this near side. Definitely had an impact in the second half, Jorrit Hendricks. Offside again. Space here for Surlet. Davidson. No, Surlet's offside. De Jong down, took a blow to the face, so the referee was stopping the game. Vincent takes it down, Surlet with the foot in, but it breaks nicely for PSV. Here they come again. This is Lammers up against Davidson. Lammers, left foot. Well, it was heading for the corner, and Pat was equal to it. He's been equal to a lot that PSV have thrown at him in this second half. Well, 2 minutes plus stoppage time to go. Another PSV corner hoisted in for De Jong. Well, Sam Lammers has had a day to remember here, and day can be proud of as well. certainly influential in this second half. He scored the equaliser in the 59th minute after Mimou Mahi had given Groningen the lead. No way through there for Linson. Nearly though. Hendricks tries to get PSV moving forward again. There's Arias. Van Hinkel. Lammers. Van Hinkel there frustrated with himself. Ball forward not quite accurate enough for the run of Lammers. Well, his team are still in with a chance of the playoffs, but drifting in the market. They haven't been losing, so they are still within touching distance. If they get a draw here, they'll be 3 points ahead going into the final game of the season. Their goal difference is only marginally worse. They'll also be 3 points behind Heracles as well. Goal difference is better than Heracles, so it's still up for grabs on the last day of the season if it stays like this. But PSV have been hunting a winner for the last half an hour, and they've threatened as well. Guardado. Another ball inside that penalty area for De Jong. Guerrero can't get onto the knockdown. Hendricks. This time from Lammers. And into 3 minutes of stoppage time. No hurry to take this goal kick. Surlock wins it. Linson buzzing around the edge of that penalty area. Quite fallen for him in the second half. Might do here though. Tried the through ball, blocked off. Proper brings it away for PSV. This is Gaston Pereiro. Proper struggling to keep that in. The hit from Pereiro. Groningen happy to see the full-time whistle. In a real hurry to get on with this. Twente away next week. PSV finish their season with a home match against PEC Zwolle. Effectively will be a dead match unless they can get a winner, and even then it's a long shot for them. Proper with it. Nicely done out to Guardado, finds some space on the right-hand side. Decent cross in as well. De Jong was there, but it was taken off his head. Well, excellent play again from Guardado, popping up in space on the right-hand side. Measured the cross. De Jong was going for it, but it was glanced wide by Moreno. And frustration for the PSV hierarchy. Offside, and seconds ticking away. Last chance for PSV to launch one towards the edge of that Groningen penalty area. Guardado with it, he really does launch it as well. De Jong wins it, away by Davidson. Hinkel was lurking, and there's the full-time whistle. And Ernst Faber's team have a very hard-fought draw against PSV, who cannot now finish in second place. It was always a long shot for them. Groningen's playoff hopes are still alive, just about. Mahi with the opener for Groningen in the first half, and then Sam Lammers with the equaliser in the second half. And PSV's disappointing season is rather fizzling out. Groningen 1, PSV Eindhoven 1. That is Sam Lammers, whose goal gave PSV hope. He had one disallowed as well in controversial circumstances, although Groningen would say his first goal was controversial, with Bakuna potentially foul in the build-up. So Ernst Faber, 2 draws against PSV, his former club this season, 0-0 in the Philips Stadion and 1-1 at home, and that's how it finished this afternoon. So the stats of the match: PSV possession, and then in the second half, more attempts on goal and more danger as well. They got the equaliser, and if any side was going to win it, it was going to be PSV, you felt, but they just could not find a way through. Pat stood firm in that Groningen goal, and then there was a disallowed goal as well. So in the sunshine, Groningen say goodbye to their supporters with a 1-1 draw, and their goal superbly executed by Mimoun Mahi in the 11th minute. His 17th of the season. PSV coming back in the second half. They had chances and they missed really good ones as well. Lammers influential. Bergwijn over there. Not that Groningen just sat back in the second half. They tried to go forward, but they got caught out. That was the potential foul. Groningen appealing for a foul. Suddenly 3-on-2. Bergwijn and De Jong combining. De Jong's ball in, deflected and then pushed away, and then Lammers in the right place to equalise. A goal for him, his first league goal for PSV, and there was the potential foul in the build-up that wasn't given. And Lammers finishing it off. Bakuna had a word with the referee and said no. PSV kept coming. Scooped away this time by Pat. Lammers tried to get on the end of it. And that meant another corner, and it meant this. Pushed out, turned in by Lammers, Bakuna down, the referee spotting a foul. I can only think for foot up. Bakuna was down, but he was very much in second place here as Lammers went for it. You can hardly see that as a foul on Bakuna. It must have been for foot up. And then Bergwijn, another opportunity. Blocked this time by Pat, turned behind by Davison, and then Lammers again. He was big impact he had on the game in the second half, looking for the corner, and once more Pat unable to be beat. So there we are. PSV can't catch Ajax now. At the top of the table, it goes to the final day with a remarkable result. Final beaten today. That is the top 9. Remember, if you finish in 9th, you get into the playoffs. And there we are, Groningen in 40 points, still just about in touch. They need to win their last game and hope other results go their way. They are away to Twente next week in their final match of the season, which will not be an easy game, but they still have a chance. And today they have held the defending and deposed champions PSV 1-1 in the sunshine at home. Goodbye for now.